say Mum is the best mum ever?
My mum is the best mum ever.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. And is the best daughter ever?
Oh, sorry. We're gonna cook. Okay. Hi, welcome to Gourmet Lazy. We're going to be making the foods that we love, made by our parents when they were lazy. My name is Annie Louey, and this is my mum.
My name is Jian Xian Louey.
And today we're going to be cooking tomato and egg. It's a very basic and traditional Chinese dish that my mum taught me how to make, mostly when I was moving out of home and needed some kind of sustenance. It's a really lovely flavour combination, so whenever my mum cooks it, I get really excited. So for me, the feeling is excitement. I said, did your mum teach you? Who taught you? She goes, I taught myself. So I don't know where she picked it up, but it's such a common dish that I suppose in China you're going to pick it up eventually somewhere. I learnt lots from my mum, things like you don't need to measure things out. It's always just put a little bit of that. And I always ask her the quantities, like how much should I put? And she's like, I don't know, a handful. So now we've washed our veg and we're going to cut it up, chop the spring onion, turn it on the angle and chop. I reckon every Chinese household has a badass cleaver like this. I don't know what the word exactly is in English, but in Thai Chinese it's zam, which is a bit of onomatopoeia. It's quite violent. It's like when you've got a whole duck or a whole chicken, you've got to zam that chicken. You know what I'm saying? The language that we speak is Thai Chinese from Taishan in southern China. Now we're gonna do the tomatoes. Yep, remove the, what do you even call that? What is that thing? The top of the tomato, yeah, tomato tops, and get rid of some of the seeds. These are the kinds of instructions that annoy me sometimes, like, how big? That's not too big and not too small. So we're gonna crack the eggs. How many are we using?
Maybe 4.
We're gonna add a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon. We're gonna use a quarter teaspoon of salt. When you add a bit of water, you get a silkier egg at the end. Whisk it until you get some airiness in the egg, some bubbles. I'm gonna turn the gas on. Get the oil. Wait until the wok starts smoking and then we'll put oil in it. And we're using 2 soup spoons. My mum's had this particular wok for over 10 years. The longer you have it, the better a wok is. The seasoning and the flavours get deeper into the wok, so it actually gets better over time. The egg is going to cook really quickly, so once you pour it in, you start folding the egg with the spatula. I'm still yet to get my first wok, so I'm looking forward to the day when my mum takes me to a shop, and it's just going to be an Asian grocery store, but we're going to get one for me and I'll probably be retired when I'm done using it. Or maybe it'll be my kid's heirloom, I don't know. You don't want to overcook it, so you still want it to be smooth, and this is where I usually fall down because it ends up looking like an omelette, but hers is always really glossy and just right. So we're gonna wash the wok now before we move on to the tomato. We're gonna do that process again, turn the wok on high and then it will start smoking. We're gonna put more oil. You don't need as much as last time, half a soup spoon. We're gonna use the white ends of the spring onion. When you smell that it's getting fragrant, you can add the tomato. We'll turn it up. We're gonna use a teaspoon of sugar. Yeah. Now we're gonna get the tomato sauce. We're gonna go with 1 soup spoon this time.
1.5.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do half a teaspoon of salt. We need a little bit more water. 2 spoons of water. Now we're gonna add the egg, and you can use the spatula to break it up. We're gonna plate up now. I feel really proud of this dish because it is very Chinese, and my parents have instilled that in me to be proud of who you are. So there's the dish. I'm gonna cry now for some bizarre reason because it actually looks really good. I'm like, why does mine not look like that? out of 10, I give this a 10. เอา10 ฝุ่นอย่างพัน
ดูchú phụ nữ
9. She says it's all right. All right, thanks, Mum. This has been a really fun experience. 我哋來你知個糖話好嘢嘅，要陪我嚟到呢啲啊。
we really enjoy it and also I would like to thank you everyone you're really good helpful thank you so much